I'll stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And it looks as if we have no public comment for the budget hearing. So we will adjourn the budget hearing and call the regular school board meeting to order. Well, Rob, would you like to read the mission and vision statement?
That's because it's my last time, right?
It is actually, absolutely because of that.
Mission statement: graduating all students to be college and career ready, challenging, inspiring, and empowering them to be healthy and productive citizens. Vision statement: North Wasco is a premier school district. We provide students with a rigorous and relevant education, with schools performing academically in the top 5% of the nation. Our students are inspired by a talented, innovative, and highly effective staff that values continuous professional growth. Our district graduates citizens who are ethical and motivated to achieve their limitless potential. North Wasco is fully embraced by the community and reflecting its health and well-being.
Thank you. I see no students in the audience, so no student reports, no comments from the audience. We have a consent agenda. Has everybody had a chance to look at that? And would someone try to make a motion if we have?
Before we make a motion, I made some corrections to the minutes, and Cindy has those corrections.
Yeah.
So they're on page 9 of your agenda. I mean of your packet. And what it is the action items. Okay, so on page 9, motion by Director Nelson, seconded by Director Thistleway to adopt items. So everything has to change, because if you go back on page 8, J, the action item is for board policy BDAA, and she has items I, so that has to change to a J, and then every one after that has to move up one so they correspond through for all these action items from J to N.
Good catch, John. Would you like to make that motion as amended?
Okay, so I move that the consent agenda be approved as amended.
Is that okay? Okay. Do I hear a second? Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. All right. Okay, old business. We have none. Is that correct? New business. Superintendent's report.
Okay, so since it's the last meeting for a couple of our board members, we have just a little something for you. And Rob, I want to thank you for your service to this community through your service as a school board member. You've been on board with us in a time that's been difficult, and yet you've hung in there, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for your service. Kathy, you've not only been on board during difficult time, you've also served as our chairperson and really have done a stellar job of that and helping us with communications, and we just really appreciate your service and wish you the very best in your new adventure.
Thank you very much. Just, if you don't mind, before we go on, and I just want to say it's been such a privilege to be able to work with you, all of you, and we've had a great board, I feel like, and great staff, and it's just been an honor to be able to witness us moving forward toward our vision and achieving that goal, and I just want to thank you for that opportunity.
Great, Kathy. So the other thing that I would like us to go over, hopefully you have a copy of the proposed, they don't, okay. Are there any to hand out?
No.
Okay.
I wanna just-
All right, so what I'm going to do now is to go through proposals for the meetings, and especially the next few are important to determine. So there's been a request that we have our July meeting on Tuesday, July 9th, and the options are Tuesday, July 9th or Thursday, July 11th. So we have a couple of folks that are going to be joining us in July. Do those dates work for everyone?
Is it, both days are okay?
I'm good with either, yeah.
Because
Are
David
you gonna
responded.
vote for both?
He's, and John, I didn't hear back from you, I didn't hear back from you.
I can, either date's okay.
And I think Rebecca, you said the 11th was better?
Yeah.
And Dawn?
9th.
The 9th was better. It actually came out the 9th. Most everybody could do by the 20th.
Okay, so it looks like just by the polling that's been done, then we will have our July meeting on Tuesday, July 9th. The next piece, and I know that Bethany, this was a problem for you last year in terms of when the board retreat occurred because of when you start your work. So we have down Saturday, August 17th, but that's the date you start back.
Yeah, I'll be back in class that day.
Okay, so what about moving it one Saturday before that? Does that, I believe that's the 11th, I don't have a calendar in front of me.
Yeah, that works for me.
Is it,
Works for everyone else.
does somebody have a calendar, is it the
It's the
10th.
10th.
10th? So does the 10th, Saturday the 10th work for everyone for a board retreat? Okay.
Oh,
Yes?
July?
No, August.
Oh, August.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we have those two. What we'll do is send out the rest of our proposed schedule and then adopt that in July. But I wanted to, since these first couple are coming up fairly soon, I wanted to make sure we had consensus on that. Okay. With that, that'll end my report.
Oh, okay. Chief Financial Officer's report?
Thank you. Produced the usual financial statements there. We got 1 month left. We got actually 7 days left to try to wind up things, so everybody's working hard. Not much comment there. I do want to, item C under my part, was I want to have just the briefest of conversations around the Columbia View Heights. We were directed to bring back an option. I don't have enough information yet. I do have preliminary numbers. I've had one very brief meeting with the hospital, so things are in process. We'll finalize a number and negotiate an option, but it'll likely be at the July meeting, could be at the August meeting. But they're of one spirit. They want the land and are anxious to secure an option which will then be financeable and they can move forward and get going. So, but it's I don't have anything to give to the board tonight. That's all I have.
All right. Someone have a question? I thought I heard something. Okay, attorney's report?
I have less than Andy tonight
Okay.
for you, so I don't have anything to report.
Okay, rolling right along. Resolution, action item, approve resolution 19-2001, adopting the budget, making appropriations, imposing, and categorizing the tax.
The standard form resolution, it's those three things that you just read are critical to be able to operate from July 1st on. the appropriation of the budget is one of the biggest functions the board does. And then, because we have the power to tax, we have to have an official resolution to put down, and it has to be turned in by July 15th for them to levy the tax. So it's pretty straightforward.
Can these resolutions be adopted as a package?
I grouped them all in one resolution, so you can, when you adopt 1920-01, it will do all of those things.
Okay. All right. Does someone care to make a motion?
I'll move to approve resolution 19-20-01, resolution adopting the budget, making appropriations, imposing and categorizing the tax.
I will second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
I think I've said it before, but I want to remind the board, this is that we're levying the last tax to make the final payment on this property.
Middle school, right?
Yes.
You're gonna have a bond burning?
They're all electronic bonds anymore, there's not much of a ceremony anymore.
You could put a candle on your phone, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I know you will. Okay, May 2019 elections abstract. Need to approve the abstract?
Correct, so it's a matter of the elections office has prepared this for us, and there shouldn't be any reason to doubt that this is the results. So it's just a matter of formally accepting them.
Yes.
Can you put that in the form of a motion?
I've proposed action item approve the May 2019 elections abstract as presented.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? Not soon enough, right, Rob? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Equipment and materials use request. This is our annual Neon Nights bleachers request.
I move to approve equipment and materials use request for Neon Nights, Dalles Port Drag.
Okay,
I didn't see anything different from what we've approved in the past.
no. I need a second,
I'll second.
okay? Moved and seconded. Any, as you said, same as in the past, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries unanimously. All right. All right, okay, I want to thank you all for allowing me to set a record for the shortest board meeting in my term. We're
You've set a really high bar for us.
But I think it's something new chairman can strive for.
But it's gotta be the budget meeting as well.
What's that?
It's gotta be budget meeting and board meeting.
Budget and board meeting.
That is the record.
That is, yeah.
I don't think we're ever gonna say that.
I have nothing else to look for. All right, thanks, you
Aren't
guys.
you glad you
How
got
come
here
when we're
at
thinking
5?
Kathy, there wasn't cake involved?
So,
There wasn't cake involved.
Well, they didn't have blue icing.
I would have
So I was like.
yeah, it was a really good job.
I was like, no, you don't have blue icing, not
It was, I liked
Yeah, we would have had to eat that before the meeting, so everyone could see.